Welcome, Wolfpack. Welcome. What is it? Is it the 30th of November? No, it's the 1st of December. Of course it is. True, the single pepper is the 1st of the month, December. We are here. We're getting right into winter. It's getting cold. It's getting miserable. It's getting grey. It's getting gnarly. I hope you all have a great week and followed me along the week where we had all sorts of videos about all sorts of stuff. It's been a great week. Thank you to everyone for showing your support during the week with the videos we had rocking. Just punching open a couple of last minute tabs. Only 2 minutes late going live, so that's not too bad. It's over there chilling over on UK Urban Preppers live. We had a couple of guests on. And that was the same place I made a guest appearance, don't forget, a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, this is basically what you missed. If we go on a live tab here, we had quite a few this week. Obviously, the Warzone Wednesday, which this was the thumbnail for that. And this is going to be a weekly thing, the Warzone Wednesdays. How do we survive World War 3? So we'll be talking about this every week on a Wednesday. Bring your onesies, be nice and comfortable while talking about uncomfortable topics. So we've got the Wednesday Warzone night that we've started, which is something I did 12 years ago originally, and it's come back in this form, so on this channel. But yeah, so we had quite a great week actually, and of course, you know, that was on the back of how things have been escalating with Russia and Ukraine. We had the Thanksgiving special, walk and talk in the woods as well yesterday, and of course tonight we have the Sigma Prepper live show, the live show for preppers. Yes, indeed, we've got it all tonight for you. We've got the welcome and intro, we've got the Sigma Mindset quotes, we've got SHTF Intel report with a global threat analysis, plus Sigma Prepper quiz, Preppers Progress as well, some stuff to share. It's all going on, plus the VIP after party, although up until Christmas we're doing that as a special, so not just the VIP Patreon members can join the after party voice chats on Discord, but also as can the normal general population public. Wolfpack. Whew. Yes indeed, and this is where you're going. Oh no, that's not where we're going. This is where we're going. It's to the Discord server. It's a community server, Sigma Prepper. Pretty free to join. Get yourself in there. No excuses. Thank you to Super 8 to Video, our latest member joining. It's completely free. Great place to be. And check out all the rooms in there for all the stuff you could possibly want. Food storage, everything you need to know. Food growing, everything you need to know. Protection, security, lich, get yourself in there. It's all in there. Homesteading, yeah. Tools and tech, hunting and fishing, right? It's all organised. Everything's there waiting for you, including the main hangout, which is where you'll enter and just chat about whatever. So great place to be. Links in the description below. And this after party here, you'll see public after party. This is where we'll be after the show. I do very much hope, before doing anything else, we need to be hitting some like buttons, please. Would be lovely. So thank you to those that have. Does help the live get out there, and please do share on your social media. Let's check out who we got with us, and we'll be getting straight into it without any further delay. First in the chat tonight was our Robert McNamara, one of our VIP Patreon members. Thank you so much, Robert, for helping to keep the lights on. Happy Sunday to you. Bright and sunny but freezing day, says Robert. He's over in the Midwest. Pedigree Mongol, can I survive the apocalypse? All I know is my chance of surviving a man-made apocalypse 100% greater than the biblical one. Amazing. Lovely to have you with us, Pedigree Mongol. Kaz is with us as well. Thank you so much, my darling. Again, VIP Patreon member. Thank you so much for supporting me the way you do. And being a great friend as well. Daily Survival, moderator of all moderators. Thank you, my darling, for being here. Who's next? And then Cypher, the Cypher. Hey, what's up all? How's it hanging? And what's that smell? Victory in the early morning hours. Great to see you. Thank you so much. And again, Chaos in the house. Thank you, Chaos, for being with us. And Pat Riot, one of our newest VIP Patreon members and supporters. So thank you, Pat. I really appreciate you, man. And Sandy, just chatting to her behind the scenes before we went live. Ty McLeod. Time for the pack together, 100%. John C in the house. Great to see you, John. And Purple Flurple. So we're all rocking tonight. And Marv's Room. Latest subscriber, Marv's Room, I believe. Thank you, Marv's Room. Great to see you here. And Amphir as well. Jollying up the chat. What can I tell you? So thank you everyone for being with us. I really appreciate you sharing this time with me here on a Sunday. And again, I did think maybe on the 1st of the month, could be where we do the ultimate Sigma Prepper live show, the live show for preppers, where we have the full Sigma Prepper quiz coming up, don't forget, so you can test how good you are, how good your survival prepping knowledge is. So we've got a new survival quiz coming up. We'll probably have that in part 2. We're gonna jam in with the global threat analysis once we've just had a look at the mindset quotes, and by then we'll be ready for a nice quick refresh of tea or whatever you're drinking. Cheers everyone. Don't forget, official Sigma Prepper merch, mugs available. Links in description below. Cheers everyone. Love, peace and progress to the pack. Yummy. I'm good to go. And for an absolute backup, we've also got my favourite Galaxy Smooth Caramel Chocolato waiting to be eaten. So, I think without any further ado, we should just get into it, shouldn't we? Yeah, let's. Let's do the quotes then, since everyone's been so lovely enough to send them in. Sigma Prepper. Right, just tidying a few things up. Everything's all over the place. So, Sigma Mindset quotes, thank you for sending them in. This is where we just get our minds centered for what's to come. Don't forget, mindset's super important. Yeah, mastering your mental state. And of course, being a Sigma is all about, you know, not being an alpha, not being a beta. We don't want to rule anyone. We don't want to be ruled. We just want to be self-sufficient, you know, dependent, you know, independent, and worry about our own skills and helping ourselves rather than relying on anyone else to come along and save the day. We don't need no FEMA camps. So the first quote is, usually I start off with one of my own personal quotes. Most of these are for my book, The Ultimate Guide of Prepping. The battle for survival is won in the mind long before it's fought in the world. The battle for survival is won in the mind long before it's fought in the world. Sigma Prepper. So, next up, Kaza sent this one into the Discord server. We've got an entire room dedicated to your favourite inspirational, motivational quotes. So go and add your own in. This is one that Kaza sent in. The less talent they have, the more pride, vanity and arrogance they have. All these fools, however, find other fools who applaud them. 100%. Erasmus 1509. I'm guessing 1509 is when that guy was alive, not when not his surname. The less talent they have, the more pride, vanity and arrogance they have. All these fools, however, find other fools who applaud them. So, thank you so much, Kaz. I like that one. Next one's from Dr. Jesse. Thank you, my darling, for sending this. Whoever controls the media controls the mind. Absolute classic. Jim Morrison. Whoever controls the media controls the mind. I thought that quote was from someone else. But we'll go in with Jim Morrison. So thank you again. Thank you, Dr. Jesse. I really appreciate this quote as well. And of course, if you've got one that you'd like to share, you can do that yourself over on the Discord server. Links in the description. This is the room you're looking for, the Sigma quotes, which you'll see in there with the brain icon. And if you've got some cool quotes you want to share to inspire people, then please do. And we need lots. So get yourself in there and get submitting your quotes, basically. So thank you again. And appreciate those who sent in the quotes. Just watching the sheer lengths that YouTube seems to be going to limit this stream. It's pretty embarrassing at this point. So sorry if I seem a little bit distracted. I've got things going on here that are just blatant. But I can't get into it because they don't like you talking about it. Carolyn Rose in the house, all the way from Australia, mate. Great to see you, my lovely. Let us know how things are where you are. Someone is thinking of citizens then, not just who thought it would be. That trophy is mine. What, for the Sigma Prepper quiz? We shall see. We shall see who gets... We'll see if we get a 7 out of 7 tonight with the Sigma Prepper quiz. I don't think the questions are particularly difficult. I set the questions up for the Single Prepper quiz last week, actually, so I didn't even double check. I'm just reviewing the questions sneakily. Yeah, I think it's reasonably easy one. There's one that I think people are unlikely to know, but I think I've kept it quite easy. Yeah, I reckon we might get a 6 or 7 out of 7 this week on the Single Prepper quiz. To be honest, I think it's possible because I don't think the questions are amazingly difficult. So, thank you, Day Survival, keeping the links flowing in the house to the old exclusive merch store and of course Discord server as well. There is an exclusive merch link also on the Discord server down the bottom of the Sigma Prepper products, exclusive merch, and again you've got the link here, look, and this is a screenshot of some of the stuff on there, including the Ultimate Hotspot, which I was going to be doing a super duper Black Friday thing, but Black Friday kind of came and went, and I just think Black Friday people see it as a little bit of a scam. I'd rather go full on and do a proper discount that's got nothing to do with Black Friday. It's just because I love you, yeah, and I want people to be able to have ways of keeping themselves in the know when the grid goes down, the internet goes down, like an Ultimate Hotspot, which gives you online access to all sorts of wonderful prepper and survival information. Cheers, everyone. So I think what we're going to do is we're not going to have a massively long global threat analysis report, because obviously we'll be doing that during the week as the week goes on, and Monday is usually the day that they kick off the big events, so that the news media can carry that through the week, through the news cycle. So we'll do have a little gloss over, and there's some videos I'll show you as well what's going around in net at the moment, but yeah, so that's the plan. So I reckon we should just get into it, yeah, and just do it and check out global threat analysis with Single Prepper. Yes, indeed. The Global Threat Analysis SHTF Intel Report with yours truly, Drew, the Single Prepper. So this is kind of some of the stuff that we'll be getting through today, but we'll just be glossing through it somewhat and just hitting the main stuff really, and then we can get into the latter part of the show where we can have a bit of a laugh, Single Prepper quiz, talk about what's going on in the world, talk about how we're going to prepare against it and so on. But I can tell you now, things aren't looking too gnarly at all. Not a lot happening today. So I think what we're going to do, just skip into the headlines on the BBC mainstream just to see what they want you to think is going on. And it's like, yeah, it's the usual sort of Sunday getting ready to launch the Monday news kind of a transition-y period. So Snoop Dogg helps Kai cannot reclaim Twitch subscriber record. I mean, really? World news in the whole wide world, that's it? Yeah, it's just, no, there's millions of things going on. So they're obviously clearing the board ready for some epic thing to start kicking off tomorrow, but obviously I'll be on it and live during the week on our usual global threat analysis reports during the week anyway, so whatever it is they've got planned for us next week, we'll be following it live as it happens, essentially. So as I say, I mean, we can go onto UK and things and see, yeah, just in terms of UK stuff, I mean, just generally speaking, there's things like the new assisted dying bill and things that I got a little screenshot here for you. So this is Parliament passes assisted dying bill. For those, I reported on this maybe a couple of years ago, even on this channel and on my other channel. I think I talked about the Canada doing this. We talked about it quite a lot at the time, right? And whether we thought it was right or wrong or not, with Canada helping people, quite forcefully helping people to you know, log themselves off basically and log out of the admin. So yeah, let us know your thoughts on that, but this is the way the UK is going. So as I said at the time, Canada's set the precedent at the time, and now here we are, right on cue. I said it'll be probably about a year or two, and the UK will do the same, and then America. So as if by magic, here we are. So let's have a look at the, we'll have a quick look at the weather, and then we'll get into some other news stories that I've got pulled out for you. So you've got this asteroid, I talked about it yesterday, or was it the day before, where it was the closest flyby of the year and they didn't see it until afterwards. No, that's 0.02 lunar distance. This is a different one. Newly discovered asteroid designated 2024 XA flew past Earth at 0.02 lunar distance. That's LD lunar distance. So you take the distance of the moon, you take 2% of that. And that's how far away it is. Or 0.00005 AU, which is the distance between the Sun and Earth. Anyway. This is about 1,355 kilometers, 842 miles above the surface, which is, you know, making it closest asteroid flyby of the year and the second closest on record. Interesting. Do we know how big it was? That's what we want to know. Would it have done anything catastrophic? Let me know if you've seen it and I'm skipping by it, but if you flew past about surface, I don't know, this object belongs to, oh, here we go, look, between 1.3 and 2.8 meters, 4.2 to 9.2 feet is basically the diameter of this thing. We're not sure on the speed, are we? Because of course, you know, KE equals half mv squared and all that. So the kinetic energy is K equals half mv squared. So m is mass and v is velocity squared. So velocity plays a big role in it because you're squaring that to get the final energy, right? And the mass is important, yeah? So the heavier it is and the faster it's going, the more energy is going to go wallop. And then we're getting proper mushroom cloud bidney. And we're not big fans of mushroom clouds now, are we? So that's the asteroid thing. As usual, they always see it after it's gone by and it's too late. So we wouldn't have known. But I don't know what sort of damage that would have done. Like I say, you'd need to know the mass of it and the speed. But a typical 24 to 34,000 mile an hour asteroid speed, which is kind of typical. That's like, you know, 5 meters diameter. It's going to do something, but it's not going to be like a country level destruction with like nuclear winter fallout kind of level stuff, you know. So, is Miss Worm in the house? Why, yes, she is. Hello, my darling. Great to see you. Hello, Polonium as well. I'm guessing UK Urban Preppers finished his show, is he, or what? Blame Mike, is it? Well, do you know, I did give Mike the heads up, and I said, oh, I noticed you going live at 9. I usually go live at 10. I'm not sure how long you're planning, and he said, we do aim for an hour, but sometimes we run over. So I thought, oh, do I make it 10:30? But then it's like, eh. I thought, nah. I did the most gentlemanly thing I knew how, so cheers, Mike. Thanks to the Wolfpack out there. I really appreciate you all. Thank you. Please do share on your social media my videos, because literally YouTube's not putting me out to anyone, which is why I've been making videos for 4 years nearly on this channel. And I'm not even got to 1,000 subscribers yet because of how badly this channel's suppressed, even though I'm a good boy. Yeah, but I've come from having quite a sizable channel elsewhere, and I'm starting again, if you hadn't guessed. So anyway, yeah. And they're trying everything they can to stop me from educating people and helping people. And there's even more reasons now to be getting prepared than it was, 20 years ago when I first started talking about this stuff, right? This is the most frustrating thing. And I've got the smallest reach now that I've had in my life. It's quite ironic, isn't it? Oh man, the time people need me the most is the time people, are getting me put out to them the least. What does that tell you? Anyway, enough self-pity from me. So let's have a look at the earthquakes then. 22 on the map, which is less than usual, but there's nothing unusual, so we're okay with that. And of course the space weather as well is looking real calm. We did watch these two sunspots here just going round off the eastern limb now. This is the eastern limb, the other one's the western limb. Because it's reversed. So that's the western limb, sorry. The other side's the eastern limb. But these two here have been going round the earth-facing side of the sun, and they were a little bit gnarly when they first came up. They had some pretty good magnetic mixing, and it seems to have really calmed down since them going over, and to the point where we've got barely even any sunspots now. I mean, it's still going to be over what it should be. I mean, again, we're waiting for the numbers to update, and have they been updated yet? Yes. Have they? Yes, they have. Wow, that's quick. So we're on the 1st of December. I was interested to know if they'd updated the numbers for November already. Looks like they have. So these are the latest numbers in for November. Then for the sunspot count, monthly values was 152 in the end. The predicted values would have been about 111. So it's still riding outside the norm of this grey area, but it looks like it's coming back down from where it was. But we'll see what happens in December. Like I say, at the moment, it's looking like with these like 6 sunspots at the time. We were riding with like 13, sometimes 18 sunspots each day a few months ago, and it was getting pretty clearly something was starting to increase in activity, right? So not an awful lot of point looking at the markets really, because of course at the weekend not a lot happens. I mean, crypto is still ongoing 24/7, unlike normal stocks and trades, and we're hovering about 97. It's not quite breaking through that 100,000 mark. Maybe before the end of the year, don't know. They might have another go at 100,000, but so far it's looking pretty cold. Yes, he kept us locked into the bitter end. I wouldn't want it landed on my head. No, definitely. No damage if rock, small crater if high metal content. Yeah, and again, it depends where it's from. You know, typically stuff from the Oort cloud is quite dense and heavy and big mass and things. Please hit the like button if you're just joining us. It does help. It does help YouTube to suppress this channel slightly less than it does normally. Sharing the videos is really the only way around it, to be honest. So I've got a bunch of, as I like to, a few bits and pieces that have been rocking around the interwebs during the week. So I thought I'd share some of those with you and we can talk about what we think about it. So this was an interesting one that I came across earlier in the week, which I think is... This is a dude, right? And he's driving around a construction, the largest prison town. So I just want you to take this in. So people are saying that maybe this is of course, none of this is confirmed. It's all just a joke. It's all pretend, blah, 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 right? So this is a contractor going into a building site place where they're building a prison. Now this is in the UK. And I'm under the impression that there's quite a few of these they're building. And my understanding is that this is in the UK. The guy in the video is British. It keeps going and going and going. So this is like a prison, right? This is what they're building. Now, I know, just because I know, this video here is not from this same video. I know where this video is from. This video came out about 3 years ago that you're seeing here. This was a holding centre that was being built in Australia back in 21, I think it was. End of 2020. For some reason they've shoved this in there, but just so you know, what this guy, this contractor is explaining about this room is that there seems to be lots of electrical points and piping, gas piping points, very unusually positioned in every single one of these cells or holding rooms. And so I guess what's being asserted here is that
There's that much gadgets, these buildings, what is it, 900,000?
So there's $900,000 worth of gadgets in each cell, in terms of sensors, tech.
Yeah, 900,000 each building. Yeah, it's little prisons, size of little remand buildings. But this is the thing, through all these buildings is connected a gas pipe that is connected to nothing.
So you've got, so it carries on anyway, but this is they're like prison cities that they're building, right? So let me know your thoughts on this, because I thought you'd be interested to see that. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that one. Now, one of the things that I like to do is to get people's, sorry, I'm just trying to, I think that's the first one. So I like to get people's, reactions on it and stuff. So this is the comments for that video, right? Insane, where is this? UK, where in the UK? Wellingborough Prison. I think this is in the US. Future 15-minute city. Wow, I wonder who that's for. Not my timeline. Where is this, right? And then there's more here. Where is this? And then location. I've never seen a prison with... Or sort of, yeah, plaster sheeting. Where, UK, who's that for? Nice, where's this? Dang, Wellingborough. So the consensus seems to be this Wellingborough prison, basically, right? The government is helping to build it for the WHO, WF and NATO to push control agenda, blah, blah, blah. UK has 9 mega prisons, each with on-site crematorium and no public access, non-compliance conscription, UN migrant army, processed without trial, no word to your family and no chance of release. Yeah, to be honest, a lot of the new laws that they put in on the back of 2020, if you know what I mean, will allow them to round people up and put them in here whether you like it or not. And there's things in the legislation to say that even if you're suspected of, or someone else suspects you of having some illness, blah, 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 you can be taken away. So you can see the general consensus of people, they're not particularly happy in that, clearly, and worried about what this means. Jane Connolly with us. Great to see you. Can you make a cool tool like you did during coronavirus? It was great seeing predictions. Do you know what, Jane? I'm glad I didn't know you knew me from back then on my other channel. But yeah, I actually do. I remodeled that completely. So here is just, I'm just going using that as the link to sigmaprepper.com. Now, on my main website, right, you can go to Quality Survival Gear. In fact, you can just click this here, or you can go up the top there, look, Survival Gear. And one of the first things on here is the virus prediction toollet. So I remodeled it for Sigma Prepper and updated some of the algorithms on it and stuff. It's even more epic than it was before. Accurate pandemic predictions, free. Yeah. Simulate any virus. So this is all the stuff that I built with all the algorithms, and these are all the things, these are the assumptions and the values that you can enter. All of those are configurable values. And it will tell you straight away. So there's a free download. It's done in open source as just XLS, like Excel format, right? So there's nothing, there's no secret or anything. Hold on, should we just open it for a laugh? For those that have never seen it before. Let's do that, shall we? Yeah, let's. And it looks like they're pushing stuff as well at the moment, so. Let's go here. So here we go. This is just in Excel format, right? So this is how it looks. And you can see to the side, I've put instructions here in terms of what each of these does. So enter global population, your country population, town, or even university population, right? And then you can do, so you got number of people that are in bunkers or immune from it. You can do the patient zero date. So we'll do that as 2024, just for a laugh. Let's say 11. Let's say the 1st of November. Total infection started off at 2. Infection rate of R0 is 2.1. So for everyone who gets it, they give it to 2.1 other people. Incubation time in days, 10 days. I can change that to as many days as I want. Mortality rate, right? So you can configure all these things as much as you want, right? And then you'll notice there's a lot more values on here than I had in January of 2020. For those that don't know, this went viral in January of 2020 before the mainstream even knew what COVID-19 was, just so you know. And anyone in the chat will validate that, right? I've been ahead of the game with these sorts of things for so many years, decades, sorry, it's not even funny. And I don't mean that to be arrogant, but it's unfortunate because I'm having to start again on this channel and people think I'm some sort of new guy who's just copying other people. It's like, no. So anyway, you enter those values in, right? If we just zoom out a bit, and what you end up with is this prediction chart. You can see here it's predicted panic is going to start by February 2025, look. Right? Because by then, you got to the point where you got 50 new fatalities a day. And so this is like newsworthy stuff, right? Where they start talking about it. And then available resources here, look. You can get down to here and you see that this point here, which is where it goes from panic to SHTF, look, on the left, which is status, right? It's very technical and scientific, SHTF, because at this point you're negative in your available resources. So that's things like incubators and, things like, why can't I think of the word, breathing machines? Anyway, intubators and stuff like that, right? And they just run out of stuff in hospital beds, yeah. And it predicts stuff like that, and you know, we're basically to the point where there's like not really anyone left. And it will give you a rundown as the virus prediction summary, so it'll tell you how many people are going to be out of work and therefore what the effect on the economy is, the working disrupted and the workforce lost, you can see. So it predicts all of that and then gives you an outcome as to when you can expect it to hit the fan. Right, so that's the idea. Cheers. So yeah, that's why you know, there's a lot more to it, but in terms of just a brief overview, that is the ultimate virus prediction tool by Sigma Prepper. So go and check it out. It's completely free to download and have a play with. It's great to have. And I've also added a simple virus data. So on sheet 2, basically, down the bottom there, you'll see sample virus data. I've given you accurate, or as far as it was, I've given you the sources here for, you know, the numbers, and you can dial them in. So if you want to replicate Spanish flu, it's there for you. If you want to replicate the common flu, it's there for you, and so on, right? COVID-19, these were the numbers. Yeah, so that's what that was. So for those who never saw it, yeah, that's my virus prediction tool that I created in 2020, January or something. So I've updated it quite a lot since then. Would it be possible for you to do your global threat analysis just for the UK? Too complicated, too much work? No, I can do stuff like that. I just don't like to be honest, because I live in the UK, I feel safer talking about what's going on in the rest of the world, and maybe UK be a smaller part of that. Where do you think the last channel went? Oh dear. So, but yeah, I can definitely give some slants, because to be honest, whatever I tend to report on what's happening in the West, because what happens in America ends up happening here and vice versa. What happens in Canada ends up happening here, as we're seeing with things like the assisted logging out the admin bill. Right? So, yeah. Looks like the Olympic Village to me. Hawkins in the house. Great to see you. Great to see you. When the math ain't mathin', Drew's got you covered, isn't it? I bet your bank account's looking better than mine. I'm not even monetized, man. And neither will I ever be on this channel, because, like I say, they're doing everything they can to stop people finding me, because they know All I like to do is help people, and they don't want people to be helped. They want people to be vulnerable and easy to manipulate and get into a state of fear and panic. And I specialise in getting people out of fear and panic and confident and in the right mindset to take on any challenges, right? Talking of which, UK households urged to buy batteries and charge phones as 40 centimetre snow forecast. So I do wonder if we're headed in for a big old winter in the UK, and whether that's created or natural, we'll never know. But I think what we will do tonight, because it is the ultimate Secret Prepper live show tonight, where we've got the Prepper quiz and everything else, I think we'll do our usual... we like to have our good news stories as well, so we'll bring that up. We got memes as well. God dear, we've got it all going on. So I better not mess about too long, but I've got so much to show you, it's not even funny. And of course, by the time we get into next week, all this stuff's going to be going... It's going to be going crazy in other ways. So there's a few screenshots I got for you as well. I want to just quickly run by you before we get into good news stories and the memes. Lots of the whole drone sighting things. Again, November 28th, just a few days ago, drone sightings over US bases prompt British troop deployment. So this is going on in multiple places, and it's kind of worrying because it's not because I think, oh, there's aliens coming or any of that business, but I think it shows... it just falls in line with all of the other stories that are also relevant, right? The federal notices suggest US may bring its nuclear weapons back to England, right? And specifically RAF Lakenheath plans progress to bring US nuclear weapons to Suffolk, which is my part of town, right? And so, as I've mentioned before, when you have a military, that's just like having a military target just planted right next to you. The minute nuclear weapons are brought somewhere, this is, to be honest, this is a lot of reason why a lot of the European countries and countries of NATO have been skeptical about the US putting bases in certain places in different countries like Denmark and Finland and all the way around the border of Russia and stuff like that. Is more because it makes that country or that US military base in that country a military target in the event of, you know what I mean? So they're sort of setting themselves up for, you know. And you see here, look, mystery drones swarmed a US military base for 17 days. The Pentagon is stumped, and it's not of coincidence that we saw the same thing happening in the UK with loads of drones and things. You know, and like I say, unidentified drones spotted over US bases in the UK do not appear to belong to hobbyists. So it's going on in the UK as well as America with these drone sightings and things. And again, there's so many different conflicting reports like this. Drones spotted over military bases in the UK that are used by the US. The bottom line is something that we're going to take seriously, Pentagon spokesman. So this is like right at the top levels of stuff going on in terms of... And of course, I get it, right? In terms of with the way they're sort of goading war with Russia and things at the moment, it's whether they're expecting that to be a move by Russia to send their unmanned or no such thing as a manned drone by its very nature. That's an oxymoron. But like sending drone, if they're worried about Russia sending their drones over, it makes sense that they would want to make it a big thing in the news. Do some things to make people talk about it so that then people are going to be more vigilant, looking to the sky and maybe report things more than they would before. Sometimes military, not just mainstream news, but military use these things as positive propaganda in terms of these are propagandized stories that may not even be real, that are used to behavioral change based psychology, right? So this is about changing people's behavior, like the way they treat their security and things like that, and the way the government is going to justify extra security measures like facial recognition rolled out on every street corner, which will be the next thing they'll do. But it will be under the guise of, oh well, because things are getting a bit gnarly right now, and because of all this and because of all that and because of all these threats and evacuations we're having to do everywhere around the country, do you see? It will give them the means to justify having facial recognition everywhere, and really that will be the next stage and phase of implementing that 15-minute city which they're going to need, really. If you think about, I was thinking about this, just totally, it's connected but not, right? And again, Mike from UK Urban Prepper is going to understand what I'm talking about here, because he's done a lot of work with the ANPR number plate recognition reading systems, right, that the government's used to track vehicles and speed and traffic cameras, right? Now, as I'm aware, the UK government is planning to change the way that they tax vehicles, road tax, in terms of it being a distance-based tax. So rather than paying a road tax on your car based on the emissions or the size of the engine or the efficiency of it, which is somewhat how they're doing it now. My BMW 5 Series, as my last company car, was tax exempt, road tax exempt, because it was so economical. It was like 60 miles to the gallon or something. Yeah. Whereas my people carrier SUV that I used for my media company that I used to run, because you could fit all the tripods and all the video filming equipment in there, right? And the family. That was like maybe £600 a year, right? But what they're talking about now is doing it mile by mile. But you see, when you think that through, it's like, well, how is that going to be policed? How are you going to know how many miles people have driven? What's it going to be, self-reporting? What's it going to be like when you go and take your car in for an MOT, as you would call it in America, the ticket, right? To show it's roadworthy. What they're going to do, make a note of your mileage and then charge you accordingly. Are you with me? So it makes sense to me that the next phase, they're going to need to roll out some sort of like mass nationwide based ANPR automatic number plate recognition system to be able to track how far, it will be able to calculate how far people are going to then know how much to charge them for the road tax. It's just, if you reverse engineer that, I can't see any other way of policing it. So it would make sense that you need excuses to get more and more cameras put out as a government in order to make that a reality. Yeah. So it's like, you know, problem, reaction, solution, the Hegelian dialectic. It's the most. The other thing as well is quite interesting, I thought I'd mention, if we want to talk about the UK, which again, I don't like to, but since you asked, let's do it, is the fact that the UK's national debt fell by £1.5 trillion this week. Yeah, you heard that right. The UK's national debt fell by $1.5 trillion. Now, for those that don't know, the British national debt hovers around $3.5–4 trillion, which is pounds, sorry, which is obviously much better than the $35 trillion that America's debt's running at. But it's about GDP. America's running about 108% of GDP. We're probably about 111% GDP. So I don't want to start getting into it too complicated for people who switch off when it comes to economics, right? But all you got to know is that the UK's total liabilities to be funded by future revenues. This is basically what your debt is as a country. So that includes everything. So that's like, so this is what it was last week, or the week before, 3,874 billion. So that's billions, right? So 1,000 million is a billion, 1,000 billions is a trillion, right? And the problem is that a lot of people just skips over their head in terms of when we're talking about these numbers, you know, millions, billions and trillions. And I hate to bore people, but the difference between the three is like a million seconds is like 10, 11 days of counting seconds. 10, 11 days, you could count out a million. But a billion's going to take you 32 years of seconds to count that out, right? A trillion is 32,000 years. Can you imagine that? Counting seconds for 32,000 years. It's beyond the human comprehension, but I'm just saying, right? Don't underestimate the difference between a billion and a million. It's like 32 years difference counting in seconds, right? Anyway, so 3,874 billion is now 2.3 trillion pounds. So when they say there's this 20 billion pound black hole, right, which I'm sure you've heard about. Sorry, I've been ignoring the chat forever. Let me just have a very quick look. Nelly on the land, great to see you. I know nothing about you or on tonight. Oops. Well, you will do, Nelly. You will do. Got CJ with us as well here. Look, John Smith. Good to see you, my man. See if you can behave yourself. Who else is in the house? Happy Olympic, great to see you. 32,000 years, a lot of Mauler. It certainly is. So, the thing here, right, is that what happened, just so you know, is now UK has basically now got 1.5 trillion pounds more than it had before, and it's based on the fact that because the interest rates changed in our favour for debt, it means that the debt was based on the amount of interest we were going to be paying on that over time, and since the interest rates have changed by the central banks and stuff, right, it means that now the total liability based on that new exchange rate, that new interest rate, is now 1.5 trillion pounds less than it was before. So that's like a third of our entire country's debt cut out. So is there really a 20 billion pound black hole? Do the grannies really need to be logged out of the admin during winter because they've taken their heat payment away from the government subsidy, right? Because there's no money? I'd suggest not, because the UK has just suddenly found itself with 1.5 trillion pounds more than it had the week before, basically. So, exactly, Miss Worm, right? So they'll be reinstating the winter fuel payment. You would think, wouldn't you? But these are the things you're not supposed to know, so I shouldn't be talking about it too much. I'm only joking. It's all fine. So what we're going to do, we've got a good news story, and we've got memes, and we've got the Sigma Prepper quiz, we've got Prepper's Progress, we've got loads of stuff I'm going to give you a little insight into as well going on. There's just millions of things, so please do hit the like button if you haven't done already. So let's have a little look. Hold on. Let's go that one. We like to have some happy thing, and then we got a meme. So like good news story then. I like to have animal ones. Taronga Zoo, and please do go and get yourself active on the Discord server. Don't forget, this is the Discord server for Single Prepper. It's free to join. It's a wealth of information in here. But first stop is the animal lovers. Go and share your pets in there because we love to see you animals. I've got my Hugo Bear in there. Look, there's Hugo Bear with Grandad and little Pip. There's little Pip. And so yeah, go and share your pets on there. We're animal lovers here. Scottish Prepper and his huskies. Look, there's Hugo Bear looking like a complete you-know-what. Bless his cotton socks. So go and join in the fun over there. Obviously, it's not just rooms full of animal pictures, but so anyway, the Taronga Zoo is celebrating a wave of adorable rivals, marking a major success for its dedicated breeding programs. This spring, the zoo welcomed 3 koala joeys and 2 short-beaked echidna puggles, delighting staff and visitors alike. Look at their little faces. In a joyful social media announcement, the zoo shared updates on the new koala joeys. We're thrilled to announce the arrival of not 1, not 2, but 3 koala joeys this spring as part of our breeding program. 2 of the joeys are already making regular appearances outside their mums. Look at the little faces. Oh, it's not going to let us do it because it's going to want us to log in and everything. Oh no, it's going to let us. It's going to let us. Come on. Oh. So apparently they're doing really well at the zoo in terms of the numbers. First time koala mums Luna and Stormy are adjusting beautifully to motherhood, while experienced mum Willow has added another little one to her family. The excitement doesn't stop there. Taronga Zoo also announced the hatching of 2 short-beaked echidna puggles in their behind-the-scenes breeding program. The 2 puggles, now 101 and 92 days old, are the 9th and 10th to be born at the zoo since the program began in 2011. So we're talking like, 1 or 2, like 1, not even 1 every year. So yeah, precious little things. Look at their little faces. Bless. So that's the good news story for you for today. I know, right? But we got to get into the memes, don't forget, because it's here. So, and my tea's nearly out, and we've got part 2 coming up yet, where we're going to get really busy. So, we should be all right for time. It should work out perfectly. Trust me, I'm a prepper. Shared by Kaza. Heartwarming moments of a soldier who came home after 3 years and found out he's going to be a father. Dope! Do you know what? I've got to tell you. I've got to tell thee. No, let's leave it till after. Cliffhanger. Not really. What I was going to say, though, is, yeah, do please feel free to get yourself over on a Discord server and you can add your own memes on there. Right underneath where you go in the animal lovers to get your pets in there. Underneath that, memes. Underneath that, quotes. You're good to go, right? Then you can go and check out the rest of the Discord community server on there. Mark was the next one sent in. Thank you, Mark, for this one. I wonder what fabulous dish I'll be a part of. I don't even want to describe what's going on here. But for those who have got me in your pocket and you're walking around the house doing stuff while you're listening, because some people do that, I'm not good enough to look at. I've got perfect voice for radio, but perfect face for radio, basically. I've got perfect face to just be put in a pocket and people just listen in their headphones. But just as well if you're not watching this one, because, yeah, you don't really want to decipher that. Kaza. Lights. Camera. Bullshit. 100%. All of Hollywood leaving for Canada after the Diddy list gets exposed. Look at them all crammed on there. I wonder if they've actually got, like... Looks like they have as well. They put some effort into that, I tell you, to get all these people on the plane. They're all literally the people. I think Carmela's on there somewhere as well. Oh man, thank you, Kaza. Next one in from Kaza as well. Look, Laura stopped at the Straddy Park Hotel and Spa for 234 sheets a night. John looked on Trivago and got it 90 sheets cheaper. Yeah, but check it out. Mohammed turned up in a dinghy and got it for fuck all. Money saving tip. This is a good one, look. I'll tell you what this reminds me of. It's a little bit like the Einstein quote, innit? I know not what man will use in World War III. Fight. Yeah. I know not what weapons will be used in World War III, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. That's what this brings to mind. Let me know your thoughts. Growing up with siblings. I grew up with 2 sisters and a brother. I'm sorry. You're fine. You're fine. Please don't tell Mum. I'm sorry. You're fine. You're fine. Please don't tell Mum. Do you know what? I've got to tell you. I did have a very, very similar looking situation to this with my little sister. Who else is zooming in? You're only zooming in so you can make sure you get me out the side. I get it. Sometimes I do. Right, quick, do your screenshots now. Or I say, right, let me get myself all looking all neat and tidy when you do your screenshot of the memes. Anyway, this reminds me of this reminds me of my little sister. Fuck me. When I was about 14, I have to be careful what I say, but when I was about 14, I was quite into the whole air rifle thing. And I had an air pistol and I was cleaning it out, and there was a particular method with a 2.2, you find that the barrel's exactly the right size for a cotton bud. An ear poker, as Magic Hand would call it, right? And so I used to clean my barrels out. I used to shoot it out of the barrel with the air. And then, boom. And then I'd load in there a cotton bud. Let's just say that my sister got a cotton bud right there. Didn't draw any blood, but if that had been... So be warned. My dwarf girlfriend has been a bit down recently because people keep remarking on her size. So to cheer her up when she gets home from work, I've got her flowers, chocolates, wine, and I'm going to run her a nice hot sink. Kaza. Oh, did you? You did it. This one's from me. Don't remember this one, but never mind. 98%. Oh, yes. 98% of today's generation will not eat a bruised banana, but they will eat chicken nuggets, sausage rolls, etc., made from bumholes, noses, ears, eyelids, veins, and bones. Oh, I'm never going to be able to eat sausage roll again. Or chicken nuggets for that fact, but I don't really anyway. But yeah, there's definitely some truth in that. I'm definitely going to take a bruised banana over any of that. Son just got home from school. Son just got sent home from school. Black Friday wasn't what I thought it was. Dope. This one is in from Urban Harvesting. Wear extra fingers so photo/video evidence will be inadmissible as it will appear to be AI generated. You know, AI's got a real problem with making fingers on people. There's always like 6 fingers. It's weird. But you know, I gotta be honest, when I saw this picture up here, I had a million other uses for that, and none of it was this. And it involved the opposite gender, let's just say that. Oh, dear. So thank you, Urban Harvesting, for your meme. And thank you to everyone for sending in the memes. Really appreciate you sending them in. So thank you, everybody. Just for fun. Don't be getting offended. Nothing to be offended about, really. Cheers, everyone. With the amount of gnarliness going on in the world, innit? It'd be a little bit pathetic to be... It's like, wow. Oh. So. Oh, brilliant, John C. Like it. Clever. Great memes all. Indeed. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your memes. And don't forget, if you'd like to share yours, you can go over to the Discord server. This is the meme section here. Go and have some fun. Go and spruce up your day. If you're feeling really depressed, the whole world feels like it's falling apart and it's all against you, you can always rely Sigma Prepper community server on Discord, or just watch any of my videos, and then yeah, get into the meme section and just, you know, have a bit of a laugh, make light of it. Don't take life too seriously because it's too short as it is, and with everything else going on in the world, yeah, we certainly don't need to be being gnarly to each other, do we? So let's just all chill out. Isn't that right, John Smith? Eh? Got to learn who's your friend and who's your foe. Once you've learned that lesson, you'll do better in life. So, what we got coming up then, part 2. Very soon, but not quite yet, because we've got loads more to do. I've got a few other videos I wanted to show you, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to come out of here first, back to base camp, and then we can get into it more, so don't go anywhere! And hit the like button. Or else. And now we can relax. So, thank you everyone for being with me. Please do help in any way that you can. A good way to do that, as a good start, is please hit the like button. It does help, and share the video on your social media. We've got the Sigma Prepper quiz coming up, which I'm super looking forward to. Yes, indeed, the Sigma Prepper quiz. Let me know in the chat if you don't know what that is and you've never been involved in one before. This is the exclusive Sigma Prepper quiz. It's a little bit like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's just a million times better, right? So we've got that coming up in part 2. So you can test your wits and see just how knowledgeable you are as a prepper and a survivor. So I'm interested to see if we get any 7 out of 7 accomplishments tonight. Miss Worm's getting her answers in early, just as a guess. You ain't going to need to guess at this one, Miss Worm. I've made it reasonably somewhat, I think, easy to get 6. Maybe 7 if you really know your ting. But yeah, good to see you, Scottish Prepper. Thanks for the memes, my man. And good catching up with you guys earlier today on the UK Urban Prepper channel as well. So thank you. Looking forward to having UK Urban Prepper on as a guest. We've had him on as a guest with just audio, but I've got a few scenes I need to shift this up where it used to be when I used to do my guest thing down here. So I've got to redo all that and remake the scenes. So got that coming up as well. Also, Oh, let me show you this as well. There's a few little things I'll show you, and then we'll go on a quick break. We'll make new tea. We'll come back. We've got the Single Prepper quiz. But check these out. Jetor or G-Tour. Have you seen it? This new Chinese bugging out truck. They are absolutely beautiful. You don't have to have it in this shade of green. It was just one of the videos that I saw. But these are absolutely epic for bugging out. And I've seen them where you get those storage cases that go all the way along the sides and stuff, right? Yeah, so the little wings on the back. Look at it, it's beautiful. Let me know what you think. Yeah, but these are properly tricked out. Look at the logo on it. Come on, tell me you don't want that. Check it out. Hold on, look. I've seen one of these. It's got like these cases going all the way down the side on both sides. It looks a business. Like I say, I'm sorry about the colour. It's got some really nice colours. I couldn't find one that was good. But let us know your thoughts on that. But looks like a truck for Minecraft. I knew it was going to be the colour will be the thing. That'll be the thing. What else was there I wanted to show you? Oh, that was another interesting thing. Look, that I saw on the interwebs. Crypto entrepreneur. Do you remember this was in a meme? Do you remember it was in a meme a couple of weeks ago? I might even have it somewhere. And it was a meme where there was that art. It was like doing what they call art, and it was a banana stuck to a wall, basically, and they called that art. Do you remember that? Was it last week? One of the shows, one of the memes we had. Well, it turns out this dude here bought that artwork for 6.2 million sheets, and he just literally pulled the banana off it and ate it. So fair play to him, because I think that's his statement, to be honest, to say what a load of nonsense. What is this art turned into, right? That's, to be honest, it's the sort of thing I would do. I think, you know what I mean? If I had, obviously, epic sheets. See, Miss Worm thinks it looks like a load of plastic tap, but it's not plastic. But I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. When you see it in black and stuff, it looks pretty mean. Dude looks like he's done that more than once. Oh, brilliant. I can't find that meme with a banana. I thought it would be in here somewhere, but I don't think it's in that folder. But I thought that was funny. This is another quick one I'll just share with you, just for a laugh. Again, kind of part of the memes. This one, an extension of the memes, if you like. But this is in a store in America. So this is the difference between songs of the white and black singing Nutcracker. We don't really do the Nutcracker thing here in the UK so much. Oh man, so yeah, you got that as well. All a Chinese fella could have done is duct tape his own banana to the curtains and save a few million. Brilliant. Oh, thank you, Urban Prepper. Straight back at your boyfriend. Oh, sorry, that was for Miss Worm. Oh, sorry. I'm only joking. The man who bought the banana, it was from a vendor in New York, so the man that ate it paid 10,000 buckaroonies for more bananas in support. Right, so what we got coming up is the Single Prepper quiz. I'm really looking forward to it, and you should be too, because we want to see how well you can do. Don't forget as well, give a quick shout out, we're doing the Warzone Wednesdays from now on as well. Usual time 10 PM UK time, that's 5 PM Eastern time. So dedicated to chatting about what's going on. We'll be talking about the escalation so far, the new what's going on with that, with the new yeah, the new escalations going on the week, and of course the part 2 of the show will be talking about how we defend against it, how we mitigate it, how we survive it, and how we prep for it, right? So how to prepare for World War III is a big thing at the moment that we need to be looking at, right, and taking seriously, because you know, I've been trying to tell people for about 3-4 years now how realistic the whole global conflict is, and 2022 it finally kicked off, and of course now we're just escalating even further. So it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's not winding itself back. And I fear they're going to try and kick it off before Trump takes over in January. So January the 20th, of course, he comes in and takes over the cabinet and stuff. So yes, me too. There's lots of things that we could do with that money. We could have built ourselves a pretty good bunker for 6.2 million sheets, couldn't we? And we could fit the entire wolf pack in there. Yeah. And we could just have some fun. So like I say, we've got the single prepper quiz coming up very soon after when we get back from the break. I need to go and get myself a refreshment. When we come back, we'll have a single prepper quiz. We've got Prepper's Progress. I've got some little secret stuff I want to share with you as well. Not quite sure why this is suddenly freezing every time. Is that doing that for you as well? It seems to be for me. But never mind. So let's go to break then. Don't go anywhere because I'm not. Please hit the like button if you haven't done. Please share on your social media so you can get your friends in here as well and see how well they do in the Signal Prepper quiz, which we've got coming up straight after the break. Don't go anywhere, but get yourself a cuppa, whatever you're drinking. That's what I'm going to do. And I shall see you fine people back here in 5 seconds. Love, peace and progress. To the pack. Welcome back, Wolfpack. Welcome back. Yes, indeed, the 1st of December, the ultimate Sigma Prepper Show, the live show for preppers. Yes, indeed, Drew, Sigma Prepper, coming to you on a Sunday night with the brew. Thank you to each and every one of you. So thank you for being with us. Part 2, beginning now. Love, peace, and progress to the pack. Cheers, everyone. I hope you got yourself a nice drink. Don't forget, you can pick up your official Sigma Prepper merch. Great Christmas present to yourself. I'd love to send them out free. Not in a budget. The prize for winning the Sigma Prepper quiz is actually, well, originally, the way I designed it was you would win one of these, actually. The Sigma Prepper pendant. Yeah. My lucky charm. Goes everywhere with me, especially onto bushcraft camp. I've got a prototype version of these that's got a load of electronics embedded in it and the eyes light up with notifications, but that's tiny and it's up there and it's extremely difficult to reproduce, so I sort of bailed out. I can make myself one, it will be like pretty funky, but to be selling to other people make available is tricky. Exclusive merch store. Thank you, Daily Survival. Appreciate you keeping the links flowing. Thank you to everyone being with us. I did notice there was a big exodus of people, knowing that obviously coming up next is the Sigma Prepper quiz, which is world famous for those that are allowed to know about Sigma Prepper, which is no one. And don't forget, if you have subscribed, please do hit the bell notifications to all, because YouTube has a habit of unsubscribing people if you don't. So thank you to everybody who's joined us. So Sigma Prepper quiz is next. And then, of course, we will be doing an after party on the Discord server. So live voice chat. And usually that is only for the VIP Patreon members. And so there's dedicated room exclusively only for the Patreon members. And you'll see that in the Discord server. The link's in the description below. It's completely free to join. And these crown rooms at the top with the VIP text chat and VIP voice chat is where we have our after parties. But from now until Christmas, I'm opening them up to the public. So just, you don't even have to be a paying member or anything. A free member, come over to Discord, and the after party voice chat there is where we'll be hanging out, talking about what's going on in the world, what we think about it, how we're going to prepare against it, and so on. So links in the description. Go and get yourself hooked up over on Discord server. Jonathan Hayes in the house. Great to see you, my man. Get me that in a ring, says UK Urban Prepper. But when the budget's there, you see, there's two things that you'll get as a gift when you win. And I was thinking about doing like the monthly. So I'm thinking first of the month. I used to do it on a weekly basis. When I first started my channel, before I removed about 200 videos off my channel about a year ago, to get ahead of the curve of what was coming down the pike. So yeah, I've been swatting up the boiling point of diesel just in case. Do you know what? Talking about the boiling point of diesel, I've got to be doing my diesel heater. I've got my Chinese diesel heater I need to be reconditioning and servicing before this year. And I'm going to be doing that as a live in the lab this week. So please look out for that. Don't forget, you can go and check out the videos on there. I did a live in the lab a couple of weeks ago, was it here? This is a live in the lab where I was talking about one of my prototype products is this, the Ultimate Water Filtration Kit by Sigma Prepper, and it includes a USB powered electric water pump, and it's all automated, so it completely just takes the lake water that I collected and then filters it through into a bowl. And I've got my water tester here, which I test throughout, taking measurements and things and determining what was the result. So you got live, that's what a live in the lab is. Obviously I'm prototyping, product engineering stuff, and I bring products to market for survival, hence Sigma Prepper, right? So I share my working in the labs of that. The time before that I was working on my Sentry turret. I've got a Sentry turret which is sitting here, which is another project I'm working on. So we've got plenty of live in the labs coming this week, and like I mentioned before, we've also got a little bit of a similar take on something that I had rocking again many years ago, which is the, just get into it, the Wednesday, the Warzone Wednesday, right? So we started this up this week. I used to call it Onesie Wednesday and some other variations of it, but this is Warzone Wednesday is what we're going to be rocking with. How do we survive World War III? So we're going to be talking about that on a weekly basis. So things specifically related to the escalations and how we can mitigate that and how we can protect ourselves against it and stuff like that, right? So that's the plan. So look out for those videos during the week, plus the daily global threat analysis reports, keeping you up to date with everything that's happening in the world. But without further ado, I think we need to bust into it. Have I forgotten anything? I don't think I have. I think we've pretty much covered it. So I think we should just get into it with the Sigma Prepper quiz. So stand by, hold on, get yourself ready, get a sip of your brew, and let's do it. Had some random scene things going in there. Do apologise for that. Must fix that. Okay, so here we are then. Just trying to make sure the stream's alright. It was telling me there was some internet issues a minute ago, but it looks like it is okay now. We need to be here. So I hope we've got enough people. Of course, YouTube sheds people off this channel all the time, which is why it's taken me 3 years to not even get 1,000 subscribers. It takes as many subscribers off as get added on, basically, which is why I always say you're going to need to put the bell notifications and check back that you haven't been unsubscribed, because I've had 4 emails this week from people who've been unsubscribed when they went back to the channel. And the videos of mine that they had liked, they showed me a video where they were all unliked, and they liked them, logged out, logged back in this video, and it was unliked again. So these are the sort of tricks that's been played on this channel, in case you wonder. So well, hopefully we've got enough people rocking with us, and it will be enough people playing for the award, the Ultimate Prepper Award, so it's worth winning. And tonight's quiz topic is going to be general prepper survival info. How to play. So basically you're going to see 7 questions, and for each question there is A, B, C or D answers. But what you don't want to be doing is telling everybody else out there what you think the answer is. So what you do is you just keep it to yourself and just line up your letters, for each answer of the 7 questions. And when you've got all 7, you see the last question, you've got the 7th letter, bosh, enter it in at the end. I'll give you a warning to say, right, last question coming up, this is question 7, so you'll know and then you'll be ready with the last one and bosh, and it goes. So just don't put them in one by one, because you'll just be telling everyone else what you think the answer is. So let's get into it then. Good luck, get ready, don't forget, score a 7 out of 7, win the ultimate prepper role on your Discord server. Yes indeed, it's worth winning. Right, I think we're ready, let's get into it then. So the questions, here we go. Good luck on the quiz, peeps. Get ready, here we go. So question number 1. Which of these containers is the safest, re contaminants, for drinking water? Which of these containers is the safest, re contaminants, for drinking water? Is it A, PET plastic? Is it B, BPA free? C, glass? Or D, polycarbonate? A, PET plastic, B, BPA free, C, glass? Or D, polycarbonate? Given the choice, which one of these materials would you have your container made of to have the least contaminants in your water? Question number 2. Which of the following methods give the greatest shelf life? So which of the following methods gives the longest shelf life of food? Is it A, salting, B, freeze drying, C, canning, or is it D, vacuum sealing? A, salting, B, freeze drying, C, canning, and D, vac sealing. Question number 3, we're nearly halfway there. Mangle, strangle, dangle, and tangle are all types of what? Mangle, strangle, dangle, and tangle are all types of what? Is it A, traps and snares? Is it B, butchering? Is it C, water filtration? Or is it D, torture devices? A, traps and snares, B, butchering, C, water filtration, or D, torture devices? Question 4, more than halfway there. Ba, ba, ba. What is the sun's total solar irradiance per square meter at sea level on a clear day? So if you took a 1 meter by 1 meter square area and measured the total irradiance from the sun, how much energy would that be? Is it A, 150 watts? Is it B, 500 watts? C, 1000 watts? Or D, 2000 watts? So how many watts of energy, in total, assuming no losses, does the sun put out? You'll measure it in a square meter, how much would that be? Is it A, 150 watts? B, 500 watts? C, 1000 watts? Or D, 2000 watts? Question number 5. Which of the following would you use to protect electronic equipment from an EMP, electromagnetic pulse? Which of the following would you use to protect electronic equipment from an EMP? Is it A, a fuse, B, a breaker switch, C, an inverter, or D, a Faraday cage? A, a fuse, B, breaker switch, C, inverter, or D, Faraday cage? Question number 6, the penultimate question. If all you have is soil, how much to reduce radiation exposure by 50%? So all you got is soil to protect between you and the radiation source or environment. How much of it do you need to reduce that radiation by 50%? Is it 0.2 meter or 20 centimeters? 1 foot? Is it B, 1 meter, 3 foot or so? Is it C, 3 meters, 9 foot or so? Or is it D, 6 meters, 18 foot or so? So A, 0.2 meters of Earth to reduce the radiation by 50%, B, 1 meter of Earth, C, 3 meters, or D, 6 meters. Get ready, guys, because coming up next is the final question. So once you've got this one, you're going to be ready to go bosh with your 7 letters that should be, and whoever gets the mostest, the quickest, the top, whoever gets the mostest first wins, right? So here we go, question number 7. This is it. Assuming correct storage, which of the following fuels lasts the longest? Assuming correct storage, which of the following fuels lasts the longest? Is it A, propane? Is it B, gasoline, 98? Is it C, diesel, or D, kerosene? A, propane, B, gasoline, C, diesel, or D, kerosene? Hurry, enter your answers in the chat, get it in there, get it in there, get it in there quick. So, countdown. We got 30 seconds to get your answers in. And of course we have to allow for lag and stuff, which shouldn't be too long, about 15 seconds. I told you it was a little bit like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, just a million times better. Let's see how well you've done, and we'll see if anyone's got 7 out of 7 tonight. Thank you to everyone playing along. So far we've got Chaos was the first in with an answer. Don't forget we don't know if these are right or wrong yet. We're going to go through the answers after. Oh, time up, Rubber Duck, but don't worry. As long as you keep your answers coming in, then they'll still be included because we haven't shown the answers yet. But Chaos there with the first potential answer. We don't know if it's right or wrong. It looks quite similar, but I noticed that Daily Survival's got 1 letter different, is it, than you? Yeah? Just noticing the pattern there. Is it question 4 you've got a different take on? UK Urban Prepper in the house. Good man. Lovely to see you still with us. Having a bash. Having a bash. Again, looking pretty similar to Daily Survival there. Miss Worm in the house. Sandy. Then it was Amphir. Then Ty McClucken. Ty, I gotta get this right. Ty McCluckak? McClearclack? Something like that. Really apologise. I'll just call you Ty. Pat, thank you for playing along. John, Steve G, good to see you, Steve. Polonium as well. Michael Hannah hiding in the background there, great to see you. Nelly on the land. John Smith, thanks for having a bash, my man. Love this format, by the way. Thank you, man. I've been running this for ages. It's just, like I say, YouTube's holding this channel back so bad. It's not even. You don't get extra points for crawling. Yeah, but I do take bribes behind the scene, and I take PayPal, crypto, and all sorts, right? So oh, dear. X means dunno. Dear. So, let's get into it then. Let's find out who's the winner. So, going through each one then, and we'll see how well you did and how well you think you did. I mean, I thought that this would be somewhat of a medium to easy or easy to medium level. Which of the containers safest for drinking water? I hope everybody got glass. It looks like they did. John C was going for BPA free, but glass is what we're looking for. No leaching from glass. There's no absorption as well from glass, because of course plastic can absorb things as well as leach things and so on. Obviously the benefit of plastic is it has a slightly more structural integrity in terms of shattering and things like glass does. But yeah, given the choice, given all things being equal, if you could store your water in anything, it would be glass. But of course, just the practicalities of that with how much it weighs, how much it costs, you know, we have to go for the best we can get, right? So question number 2 was, so well done everybody, got C on that one. Which of the following methods gives the greatest shelf life? So this one was talked about actually, UK Urban Prepper, when I went on his show, we were talking about food storage and things like that, and I was talking about part of my ultimate prepping guidebook that has got like the last chapter left to do on it. But there's a thing in there that breaks down the years of like how much you can expect from tinned and vacuum sealed with oxygen absorbers and freeze drying, which is the best. Get like 25 years with freeze drying. Vacuum sealing is going to get you about 10 to 15 years, where normally it'd be like 12 months for a bit of pasta or some rice. Yeah, but if you vacuum seal it with the oxygen absorbers, you can extend that to about 15 years. But freeze drying, yeah, 25 years. Maybe 30 years if it's stored properly at the right temperature and it's undisturbed. Don't agitate any of your preps, because every other agitation is going to generate gases inside cans. It's going to generate, you know, structural weaknesses in the packaging and stuff like that. You need to just seal it up in plastic buckets so that rats and mice can't get at it and so on, right? And just leave it. So that's basically what we should be looking at for question 2. So Chaos giving it the B business. Daily Survival giving it the B business. UK Open Prepper, as I would expect, we're giving it the B business. Miss Worm Sandy's going D here, vacuum sealing. You're right, it's definitely better than many things, but yeah, freeze drying is really the answer, because freeze drying removes all oxygen and water, which are the two things that can start to create spoiling over time, right? And UV as well. Sunlight's not amazing. So well done everyone for that one. Question number 3, we got mangle, strangle, dangle and tangle, all types of what? And let's see what people are saying on that. Question number 3, third one along. A. Everyone's got that one. So well done. X, don't know the next one, but you got it right on that one. Nicely done. Nelly on the land. And John Smith's got it there on A as well on the third one. Nicely done. So question number 4, traps and snares is A, what we should have. I thought torture devices was funny. It did make me start wondering what that would look like. Each one of those would probably be as a torture device. I had visions of each one of them, funny enough. Question number 4, we had what is the sun's total solar radiance per square meter? This is kind of important to know, because when you're calculating things like your solar panel square meterage, and you know your solar panel conversion rate is, let's say 20%, it will say it on the back of it. You can take this number, 1000 watts per square meter of solar panel, yeah, and know that you'll get about 200 watt of energy out of that if it's 20% efficient. Does that make sense? So the 1000 watt is what in a square meter, the total, if you were to capture all of the energy from the sun in that area, it would be 1000 watts. But a solar panel is only about between 16 to 22%, 23% efficient, depending on how much you're paying for your solar panels. So 20% is a good number. So you're talking about 200 watt per square meter of solar panels. So you can do calculations like that. So it's something that people should know if they've ever installed solar or claim to know anything about solar. This is the most basic fundamental thing to know first and foremost, right? And this assumes direct sunlight, sea level on a clear day. Oh, sorry, let's see who got that right or wrong. I don't like to highlight people who got it wrong. It's more like the people who got it right. So we're looking for D on this one, number 4. It'd be funny if no one got it right. We got C on that one, 1000 watt, nicely done, daily survival. UK Urban Prepper had the same as well. Well done. Miss Wormer's going A, 150 watt on that. And Sandy had C. Well done, my darlings, because she hears me talk about it all the time. 2000 watt Ampherad. And again, C from Ty there, nicely done. And John C as well had D. But yeah, thank you everyone for playing along. I really appreciate you all being here. Michael as well had C. Well done. And this is, oh sorry, this was the one, Nelly on the land, that you didn't know they had the X for it. So I get you. Yeah, man, 1000 watt. And then John Smith had D, which is 2000 watt, which would be lovely if it was 2000 watt. So question number 5, which of the following would you use to protect electronic equipment from an EMP, right? Now, I would expect most people to know this, because most preppers talk about EMPs and, you know, how to protect your ting. So D, we got D there as well from Daily Survival. So I think basically everyone's got D, which is good. Pat Wright had C, inverter. Is that 5? Yeah, C, inverter. So an inverter is taking 12 volt DC or 24 volt DC or even 48 volt DC from your battery bank and boosts it up and turns it into AC, alternating current, to mains outlet, 220 volt or 110 volt depending where you are. So that's what an inverter's doing. Yeah. So it converts or inverts 12 volt and can turn it into 220 volt AC. So yeah, Faraday cage is what we're looking for. And that can be in the form of a dustbin, like a galvanized steel dustbin. Basically anything that's ferrous or conductive. If you completely seal your electronic stuff in it, ideally what you want to do is you want to ground it though, because you know in the UK that's easy because we have earth, an earth pin in our mains outlet sockets, which goes to a copper pole that is dug into the ground. a spike, and that earths and takes all the static, and ideally you need to connect your Faraday cage to your earth socket of your mains outlet. If you don't have one, it's very easy to make your own with a copper pole. I did my own in Thailand when we lived in Thailand on a small little island. They didn't have like proper decent electricity infrastructure like we have in the UK, so I put my own earth and 3-pin sockets around the house. I replaced all that. I'm an electronic engineer, not an electrician, right? But obviously if you're an electronic engineer, you can do all the stuff an electrician does, obviously, so it's pretty straightforward stuff. But I'm just saying it's very easy to make an earth, but you want to attach that to that. And then any built up energy around your Faraday cage itself will get absorbed into the ground, like you see on church steeple towers, and they have the copper wire that comes down the steeple to the ground so that it allows the lightning to go down and bypass the steeple to the ground. It's the same idea with your Faraday cage. People don't seem to know that or talk about that, but a Faraday cage will still do a certain amount without it being grounded. But if you want to know what you're doing, earth it, right? Anyway, question number 6. If all you have is soil, how much to reduce radiation by 50%? I was so disappointed. Do you know what? This is in my what do you call it book. Hold on, I'll grab it because it's only there. I think I can reach it. Whee! So this is actually in my SAS Survival Handbook. I've got the slightly bigger one than people seem to get. But in there, it's got a chart. So I just lost my earpiece socket. And I was quite disappointed. I thought, wow, really? I've got to have 1 meter of soil just to reduce it by 50%? Yeah, 1 meter. 3 foot of soil just to reduce the radioactive penetration by 50%. Let's see who knew that. Chaos there. Second from the end. B. Good man. Good girl. Good boy. Good girl. Unfair. Good in-betweener. I think you're a dude. So we'll go with dude. Good dude. Ty, nicely done, 1 meter. But yeah, so you see what I mean, right? 1 meter of soil just to reduce the radioactive by 50%, man. And you need to try and stay out of any radiation, particularly fallout from nuclear stuff. You need to stay out of that for at least like 28 days, really, for the half-life to be to the point where I think the half-life is something like 14 hours or something on that particular cesium or polonium mix, and it's like, so when you work out the half-life every 10 hours, it's half what it was 10 hours before. You're about 28 days in by the time your dosing in the environment is going to be acceptable levels without doing long-term damage. So you've got to stay out of dodge a long time. Hence the bugging in, right? So question number 7, we had assuming correct storage, which of the following fuels lasts the longest? Assuming correct storage, which of the following fuels last the longest? A lot of people have got no idea how short a lifespan a lot of fuels are, particularly gasoline and diesel. You're talking like 6 to 12 months, unless you're using things like stabilizers, right, and stuff like that, and additives that are going to make it last much longer. And this is important because when you're choosing things like your generator for your homestead or something, if you're choosing electric generator and you've got the choice between, do I have an oil-powered generator, do I have a diesel-powered generator, a gasoline generator, or do I have a propane generator, and so on, right? But what you want to be getting is everything as you can to run on propane, because you can have one of those large tanks installed in your garden, which will last for ages. And it means that propane is lasting almost indefinitely is what it lists it as a compound. It's like indefinite, right? Whereas gasoline, as I say, diesel, you're talking about maybe 6 to 12 months, maybe 2 years if you use stabilizers, if you're lucky. So yeah, propane is lasting, and butane as well is lasting somewhat indefinitely. And also, but propane is better than butane because butane gas is only good down to about -1 degree centigrade. Below that is below the boiling point of gas, butane. Whereas propane's boiling point is right down about -21 degrees centigrade, meaning it's always going to be a gas at anything above -21 degrees centigrade, making it a much more usable fuel in lower temperatures. Just so you know. So let's have a look at what the final answers should be then. And I haven't caught up with anyone in the chat, so I do apologise. I'm the only answer question for not looking good for everyone else. Woohoo! I'm taking the 100%, says Miss Wern. I'm just trying to catch up. There's lots in here. I do apologise. Are you being a pessimist, Miss Wern? So this is what it should look like. Let me just refer to the top working down to see who was the first to get it and who got anything close to 7. Is that 100%? Oh, is that 100% correcto, mi amico? CBA? No, it's not. CBA DDBA. Daily Survival adds CBA CDBA, which to me looks like it is it. And that is a 7 out of 7 as well, girlfriend. And UK Urban Prepper, who was lich. I need live chat. Hold on. I didn't have it on live chat showing the order of who came in officially, my end. Which was... yeah, Daily Survival, then it's UK Urban Prepper. So it's looking like it's Daily Survival, and we're talking 7 out of 7 as well. Let's do it. Let's hear it for Daily Survival in the house. Daily Survival, the winner! Let's hear it live in the chat. Not the first time she's had 7 out of 7. Really well done, Daily Survival. Great job. And congratulations. Thank you, everyone. Making her feel special, as she should do. 7 out of 7. We don't get 7 out of 7 much. Well done, Daily. Nicely done, beautiful. Daily always wins. I smell a conspiracy. No, she's just... One of these questions I've had before, maybe 2 years ago. So nicely done for even remembering things like the solar radiance I think we'd had before. But yeah, so nicely done for that. And again, 7 out of 7. Don't even say something like that, John. Just even taking part, you know, the more you watch, the more the videos that you see of mine and the things that these sorts of things, that's the whole point, right? If you didn't know before, now you do, and now you've learned some stuff, right? In your prepping quest. Magic hand in the house. Am I late? You know, I always say, there's no such thing as being late, my darling. You got here exactly when you intended to. I noticed my phrase is catching on, actually. I heard Mike say that the other day. I thought, cha-ching. Good man. Oh, dear. Oh, great news. John Smith enjoyed it. And I'm not sure how many people have seen the... Do you know what? Maybe in the future, Daily Survival's not going to like the sound of this, but she may be banned from playing. Maybe no moderators allowed to play, just to avoid any even slight whiff of a conspiracy. Because we're all about exposing the conspiracies, not being the conspiracies. But yeah, so maybe we'll introduce that. Let me know, Daily Survival, if you would be entirely, you know, insulted if that was maybe a rule. I've not seen anything on if the diesel petrol becomes radioactively contaminated, it was not shielded, the entire engine become radioactive exhaust. Usually radioactivity needs to be, there are certain substances that will hold that radioactivity more than others, but because you're burning that anyway, those sorts of things aren't really going to be, usually if you're holding them in metal cans anyway, they're going to be protected from most of the alpha and beta waves. But first time, says Pat, right? Great, excellent. I'm glad we've got such smart people here. Do you know, there's even more smarter people over on the Discord server, so get yourself joined up there. So thank you everyone for playing along. Let's jump out of here then. Outro sequence, here we go. Hope you enjoyed the Signal Prepper quiz. Loads more coming. Hooray! Back to base camp. Back to base camp. How long have we been going? An hour and 50 minutes. No worries, I've got my 7 out of 7 before, so I am okay with that, says Daily Survival. I think it might be a good thing. Are you okay with that, Sandy? You wouldn't be able to play along with the Sigma Prepper quiz as a moderator. I do think that is fair. We know Daily knows our stuff. More radioactive dust on your car than it is fuel, yeah. And that's the whole point, you see. Even the dust that's on the ground from fallout is going to be degrading continually. Its half-life is degrading continually, included in everything that was released at that time. So from the point it was released from the explosion, it's half-lifing itself all of the time. And different radioactive particle makeups. As in, you know, cesium-232, cesium-238. See, there's different types of radioactive particle which generate different types of radiation. Their half-life is different, meaning, like, there's some half-lives that are like 22,000 years. So you've got to wait 22,000 years. Like nuclear power station stuff, like the Fukushima thing, some of the stuff released out of that, like from the corium in the ground, you're talking 22,000 year half-life. So however deadly that radioactivity is now, you've got to wait 22,000 years until it's half of that. Whereas the stuff they use in nuclear weapons particularly, unless they're designed to be dirty, is usually, like I say, the half-life means after about 3 to 4 weeks, whatever is there has already shed all of its energy to the point where the energy it's still shedding and radiating now, it's still ionizing versus non-ionizing. So ionizing radiation is the stuff that will mutate your genes, and non-ionizing is not. Am I getting too complicated? I do apologize, everyone. I will do a whole show on this. Maybe it'll be part of our Wednesday, Wartime Wednesdays, don't forget, which is a Wednesday segment that I used to do that I've started back up again. Because of obviously what we've got going on, current trends out there at the moment. We've got our Warzone Wednesday. How do we survive World War 3? So please do make sure you join us for that coming this Wednesday as well. If you missed the last one, which is kind of like a prototype pilot launch, just to make sure it's over on the channel here, you'll see, I mean, you'll know from the thumbnail, obviously, you can hear above me. So this was the first one last week. It's done really well. It's had like 400 views or something. That was just 3 days ago, was that? So this Wednesday, it went really well. Thank you to everyone who turned up for that. And just launching that for the first time. I've got lots planned for that. So, you know, they'll be nice and tight each week, where we'll be discussing the things that have happened so far that week since the last one. And what we think that means, and how we can sort of extrapolate forward what we think is going to happen in the future, and try to put plans in place. And I'll do everything I can to get everything as much as we need to know amongst ourselves to try and have a hope in hell of getting through it. And that includes mentally as well as physically and everything else, and emotionally, because, you know, it's going to be a lot of challenges thrown at us. You know, there's going to be things like conscription, which is going to be the first thing. I showed you earlier in part 1, don't forget, I showed you quite openly how you've got these big, massive, like city-sized prisons they're building in the UK, which is, you know, quite worrying because they're significantly large and clearly designed for something. and the UK government's already been shedding people out of the prisons to make room for the hurty words writerers. The hurty word writerers. They've had to get, actual criminals out of prison to make room for the hurty word writers to go in instead, but yet they're building these massive city-sized prisons at the same time, so I'm sure they're for something else, as you'd probably agree. But we've got so much to talk about as the days go by. I always try and do everything in one show. So yeah, we need to get into it. I'll maybe what we'll do is we'll cover off the radiation thing this week, because it's a part of what I've already started. Don't forget, my ultimate prepping guide book that I'm writing is like 300 and something pages big already. I've been working on it for quite a few years collectively, but I'm full speed on it now. And I've got the last chapter is, funnily enough, is Surviving World War 3 is the last chapter of the book. And so it's great timing because there's so much research that I've done as part of that project, including things like how much you need to reduce stuff by. I'll make sure I put that chart in the book for you. But also things like the different half-lives of what we can expect different radioactive fallouts to be, so that we can get an understanding of typically how long do we need to be looking at staying out of dodge and staying out of the environment until that half-life has become safe. So it's all this stuff is going to be embedded in this. There's so much to come. Can anyone please say, are you saying that happy birthday to Maya? Is it her birthday, Robert? Our darling Maya. She turned 12 yesterday. Oh, she's such a sweetie as well. She's such a great part of this show and such a big part of Wolfpack, Robert. And thank you, Robert, for being who you are as well. A great friend of the show and a VIP patron, what can I tell you? And a granddaughter of yours is most definitely an absolute epic friend of ours. And I'd like to have my full shebang birthday celebration sequence completed. But for the time being, for our absolute wonderful Maya, we all love you so dearly. You're a lovely girl. You've got so much life ahead of you with so many things to look forward to. And we're all super happy to wish you a 12th birthday. Your last year, girlfriend. Yeah, your last year. Because what happens next year? That's right. We're talking teens. You're going to be a teenager. So you got to make the most out of this last year of not being a teenager, right? That's the rule, Maya. 12 is a really important age because you're a super, super big girl before you become like young woman, young lady. So you're the last year of being a really big girl. Now you're going into being a young lady. It's significant stuff. So love to you, Maya, and the family, and to you, Robert, and happy birthday. Cheers to you, my darling. Look at the love pouring in, sending out happy birthday and love vibes to Maya. And again, congratulations and well done to Maya as well, who took part in the hunting. I know Robert popped a few pictures on the VIP. Didn't you put it on the VIP room, Robert? Where did you put the hunting? Those hunting images. Oh no, it's alright, I found them. This is the most important hunting image, is his loadout there with his Sigma Prepper mug in the middle of it. Yeah? That's how cool Robert is. He's even got his own Sigma Prepper mug, right? But there's some pictures here that Robert shared. Here we go, on the hunt, and I think Maya was like a really brave girl when it came to it as well. Sorry for those that are disturbed by images of animals and stuff. I should have given you a warning beforehand. But so yeah, that's Robert just been on his hunt, and apparently Maya's done really well being a part of that and not being all icky. So well done to you. Catch you later, Polonium. Great to have you with us. Thank you for sharing the time with us. I would like to ask people if they could, because it does certainly help. Please hit the like button if you haven't done already. It really does help the show. And again, you know, sharing with your friends and stuff. I would like to do the Ultimate Sigma Prepper show, live show, like this with the Prepper quiz and things on a monthly basis as a minimum. So we'll do a special one for Christmas. We'll do a special one for New Year's Eve, obviously. But moving forward, once the channel grows and we get to the monetization stage, we shouldn't be long. My target is the new year. The last day of December, I would hope to be on 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours of time to be eligible for monetization. Because until that point in time, I have been surviving on nothing more than our wonderful VIP patrons that I need to pay homage to. Because I'm 100% independent. I've got no sponsors, no networks, no friends, no rich mummies or daddies or paid adverts or external funding, no business partners, affiliates or nothing. Literally, it's you and me. But it's okay because there are ways to help. Yeah? SigmaPrepper.com/donate. It's got all the ways you can help there, including just basic stuff like hitting the like button. Streamlabs.com/SigmaPrepper is a great way to do super chats before I'm eligible to do super chats, and it cuts out the middleman, so even better. And you get your message coming up here and so on. And then traditional PayPal if you just want to see me do well. And of course, the VIP Patreon is a great way to support me. I've got lots I'm planning to bring on that. I was hoping to get up to 10 Patreon members, and then we're moving the target. Ideally, if we could get a big VIP wolf pack of 50 guys and gals, we'll have, and in between us, we'll have a great private wolf chat where we get our VIP after parties and things like that. It's great to talk amongst ourselves freely. So these are the people making it happen. Thank you to each and every one of you. Really appreciate you for helping to support this channel from as little as 20 cents a day. I mean, literally. Can you afford not to? Right? Just to keep me alive. All the while YouTube's trying to keep this channel down. These are the only reasons why I'm still able to do what I'm doing. So thank you to Pat and UK Urban Preppers, our most recent VIPs, which does, of course, give you access to the VIP after party. So thank you so very much. And don't forget, if you would like to join in the fun, these are the ways to do it. All links are in the description below. And I would really appreciate your support. Even just sharing my videos is a great way to help this channel grow and help me keep doing what I'm doing. I've got lots of products coming out. I've got the Ultimate Hotspot that's out there now, the virus prediction tool is free to download. Plus my Ultimate Prepping Guide, extensive book coming out. It's all there for you. So in the meantime, thank you for those that help us getting this far. Really love you all. So, I've given my respect, whoosh, gang signs and a letter K to our VIP Wolfpack members. And what I'm really looking forward to now usually what we've been doing at this point, right, in our agenda, for the Sigma Prepper live show, the live show for preppers, we do have Preppers Progress. Preppers Progress. Now, Preppers Progress, I haven't updated that because I've changed it. Now, before, let me show you what Preppers Progress is for those that haven't seen it. Here we go. So I'll just show you what Preppers Progress is and you'll see what it's all about, and then you can decide if you want to be part of it for next week or not. But here we go. This is what it is. Preppers Progress. Let's see. So the idea of Preppers Progress is to inspire people to, you know, share their progress with their preps and what they've got recently, anything they've got figured out, some vacuum sealing they've done, maybe some canning, maybe they bought a new toy, a new gadget or whatever for their preps. And this is where we get to show that and give people respect and inspire other people as well to submit their own. And so Amphir, this is an old one on here. Amphir was with us earlier on. This was like 2 years ago, I think he sent this in when I first developed this segment. But yeah, so if you want to show off some of your new kit and stuff, you see his night vision. We were chatting about that just the other night actually on the channel, on the after parties and stuff like that. So there's a few people who submitted their extreme focus there. You can see he's got the Sigma Prepper Ultimate Hotspot, my offline emergency internet system, which mine was the first, and so many people have tried to copy it and failed. miserably. It's almost embarrassing. Don't forget, a Single Prepper Ultimate Hotspot is always the original and the best. And he's got it all rocking there. And then we had Ghost Cowboy as well. He was a trucker and he was just getting some bits and bobs together to keep in his truck. And we had Ansett Girl as well. See, she's got the old Sigma Prepper sticker here on her prep drawers. Right, classic. Love it. So it's just lovely to see people making progress. This is Daily Survival. Look, she's got the old showing off the Ultimate Hotspot. Again, the Sigma Prepper emergency offline internet and intelligence system. This is it here in a little, her own little case. So thank you, Daily Survival, for sporting the goods. So that's basically what the Prepper's Progress was all about. Now, before I used to have it so people sent me it on email and stuff, right? Email your prepping progress photos and video and stuff, right, to that. But rather than that now, it's just done through Discord. So it's a new section on Discord I've made to make it easier for people to submit the progress. So I'll need to change the email graphic over there and a few bits on, you know, on my sequence here. But that's the idea. So let's get back to base camp. So yeah, that's the Prepper's Progress. Now I made a specific room over on the Discord server. The link's in the description below. It's completely free to join, and this is where you can be a part of the community, right? So you've got things like the animal lovers, share your pictures of your animals and your loved ones. This is my Hugo bear. He's a South African Mastiff Boerboel. He's about 62 kilos, 130 pounds. Absolute love. You've got Scottish Prepper there with his beautiful huskies. And JD there with her, well, Purple Flurple with her JD there, who's 17 years old, doggy. The Pussycats, we've got it all in there. So thank you, everybody. But there's also your memes. So if you want to share the memes, and again, we do the memes as part of the Global Threat Analysis SHTF Intel reports, and share them to lighten the mood a bit in the middle of the news. These are some of the ones we showed tonight, don't forget. Great one here from Kaza. Thank you for sending the memes in tonight. It was great to see them all. And of course, Sigma Prepper quotes as well, where you can share your inspiring quotes and things. And I'll pick the best one. And we usually have 3 quotes again on our show, so we can't have too many quotes. So please get your favorite Sigma mindset quotes and stuff in there. And then this is the one we wanted to chat about, which is the Prepper's Progress. So now I've made this new room called Prepper's Progress. Thank you so much to John C. Look, who's already started to gild it with goodies. Check it out. Yeah, got some nice old boxes going there, dude. Well done. Let us know if you made them yourself and things. I got the first raised bed done in the new polytunnel. Oh, nicely done this year. I will do a second early spring. So this is kind of like an unofficial Prepper's Progress for this week, but I'll create this into the slides, if you see what I'm saying. And so just so you know what it is, this is the Prepper's Progress with a tick box, right? So please do share your progress on there, and I will then put them into the slides that you saw as part of that segment. And I'd really like to you know, try and compliment people and give people some acknowledgement for their preparations, and again to inspire others to get their garden sorted, to get their prep sorted, to get their, you know, spare room cleared out that they keep meaning to do, to get their preps rotated that they keep meaning to do, whatever it is, right? So let's make Prepper's Progress part of that motivation for others out there who you can inspire. So please go and share your progress. Like I say, Discord server, Prepper's Progress is what you're looking for. It's in the main public lounge area. But don't forget, after the show now, it's 10 past midnight here in the UK, but sometimes I do these after parties, public after parties and voice chat, till about 6:30 in the morning. I've been known to do them. In fact, I had one that went on 24 hours non-stop, right? I'm not saying I'm doing that tonight. I'm just saying, right? This isn't nothing. So get yourself over on the public after party, because that's where I'm going to be straight after this show finishes, where you can come and talk to me live in the chat, live chat, not texty poos, but voicey poos. That's right. Voicey poos with you, Drew. Yeah, I'm spoiling you. And you don't even have to be a VIP Patreon member, which is usually what you have to be part of the VIP after party. You know, the clue's in the word, right? Yeah. Because when you look at the actual agenda, you'll see VIP after party. Join our wolf pack. But it's not for VIPs only. You can be in the cheap seats and you can still come and join us in the after party. That's how cool it is over here. Whoosh, no expense spared, yeah? Giving it away, just giving it away. If you want to use it, every letter, it can't be less than 26 letters. I've got no idea what we're doing there. I'm looking for a 23 to 26 bit long password that uses all letters of the alphabet. When you say bit, I don't want to get too specific, but yeah, it would be 1 character as a byte if we're talking data terms, which is made up of 8 bits, but I don't know if you're talking character. I'm looking for 23 26 bit long password that uses all letters of the alphabet without repeating the letters more than 3 times. Anyone wants to help, they can. I dare you to. Is that alphanumeric or just alphabetic? Because you'd want to be using numbers and numbers and all sorts of things in combination, really, if it's a password. Raised beds are the way to go. So much easier on the back, says Robert. Yeah, Urban Survival did a great job on his raised beds. He's moved into a complete fresh homestead in a completely different place now with like 32 acres of land or something. So I'm interested to catch up with Urban Harvesting and see what he's got rocking now, what he's planning for things like his growing and things, right? So that was a necessary but painful long-ass chat. Well, the 24-hour debate I had with some dude who thought he was super intelligent. I don't mean to sound... But you know when, you like the Dunning-Kruger effect, right? Where the silly people are all full of confidence and intelligent people are all full of doubt, as they say. But it went on 24 hours and it was absolutely fascinating. I loved it. That was an after party we had that I put out to the public. And someone thought it'd be a good idea to come and challenge me, so... Someone lays the gauntlet down like that, believe me, they ain't getting away lightly. If that takes me 24 hours to destroy them, believe me, I will stay awake and I will not go anywhere for 24 hours until the job's done. And everyone at the end was like, oh my... It was great. Let me know in the chat if you enjoyed that 24-hour absolute monster debate sesh. If we'd recorded that, that would have been worth some sheets, I'm telling you. This has been an awesome show, Drew. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. I never know how well these things come across. These are just ideas that I have. It's my vision of a show. If I was getting into prepping, what would be the way that I'd want to learn? What would be the way that I'd want to be perceived as a prepper, right? And, you know, that's really how the show's designed. All of these segments are designed to, you know, to help people go away with the... You know, global threat analysis segments are all designed to highlight the reasons why we need to prepare, because there's real life threats going on right now, and of course then to give the information and the education as to some of the ways you can prepare, and of course then things like quizzes just as a bit of fun, and for new people, if they don't know the answers, they get to learn as well. And then with the community that we've built as well with the Discord here, the Wolfpack behind the scenes is just epic, because all during the week, whether I'm live or not, it's all going on over there. I mean, particularly even like the latest news. I mean, you go onto the Discord server, you go down here to the SHTF Intel section where you all separated into breaking news, good news stories, which is lovely to see, Clown World, which can be an absolute hoot. Shortages when there's stuff specific to that, we haven't seen that for a bit. Economic collapse, lots of things on there, right? So depending on what's going on in the news, you've got a whole section for that dedicated to that, right? And the prepping intel and the public lounge. So do you really have an excuse to not want to be there? Probably not. Might as well do it now because it's free. Links in the description, if you know what I mean. So don't forget, Wednesday we've got the Warzone Wednesday. Don't miss that. Should be a good one. It's going to be a big topic going forward, and I've got lots of stuff planned for it, and pretty much stuff that no one else is going to be talking about out there. That's kind of what I'm known for. Stevie O in the house. Great to see you, my man. So we're going to be rocking and rolling the after party. Please come and join us. Thank you to Daily Survival, moderator of all moderators, keeping the links flowing. Challenge for the Wolf Pack, introduce someone new to the channel and get them to subscribe. Yeah, man. Thank you, UK Urban Prepper. I really appreciate your support, man. And thank you again for being a patron as well. And yeah, man, go and check out UK. I mean, everyone kind of knows who you are already who's here, but UK Urban Prepper, go and support him as well. So good show. Thanks, John C. Lovely to see you. And just looking for the password to use. No brute force needed. Hi, thought you'd finished. I'm back. I ain't going nowhere, girlfriend. I am now, though, so let's do it, because we're there. And I don't know how long we've been streaming. Too long, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Such a naughty boy. I was planning for it to not be quite as long as that, but that's kind of how we do it. Thank you, Miss Worm, for being here as well. Thank you to every one of you. Please hit the like button. I've been Drew the Super Prepper. You've been absolutely beautiful. But, most importantly, love, peace, and progress to the back.
Reject the herd, prepare the pack. Click the like button, it's as easy as that. Check the description for the links you need. Follow my socials, subscribe to my feed. From a single lone woman to a family of 5. Learn from Sigma Prepper and see how you can thrive. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing. Reject the herd, prepare the pack. Click the like button, it's as easy as that. Check the description for the links you need. Follow my socials, subscribe to my feed.